Hello there. Welcome back to Jedi Academy. I am Obi-Wan Kenobi, and with me is my friend Jedi Master Tuck. How you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you? I'm ready to talk about this
You,
episode, man. Some really
oh
good
man,
stuff.
this episode. Are you
Really.
ready to call it that this is the best written and real done series so far in Disney Plus?
Oh, I think for sure. Yeah. Again, I
You,
think I think you and me agree to an extent on Obi-Wan that Obi-Wan gave us a lot of things that we've wanted as Star Wars fans, especially from those characters specifically.
right.
But this show is it's almost like Obi-Wan is Rings of Power, and this is Game of or House of Dragons. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love Rings of Power. I love it. It's for what it is and for what I love about that universe. I love the show, but House of Dragons is a better show.
Recently, I like to think Obi-Wan is better than Rings of Power, but that's
Oh, that's
just
fair.
me.
No, that's fair. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I like Rings of Power, but I still have to finish it. I don't know
Sure.
about you, but yeah.
Look, it's not
Anyway,
it's
we're not,
not what I
this
wanted, but
isn't,
I got what I wanted out of it. If that makes any sense.
yeah. And, but we have 2 years to wait, so I'm in no
Yeah,
rush to see that.
and apparently they have more rights now.
Good?
Apparently they have all the rights to Lord of the Rings to totally, like, they can do theme parks now. They can do all kinds of stuff now with Tolkien stuff.
Nice. But
So
this isn't Fellowship, this is Jedi
no,
Academy. We're here to
no,
talk ANDOR episode 9.
good
What
stuff,
an incredible episode. It continued
dude.
on from last week in the prison, concentrating on him with Annie Serkis.
Yeah,
What are your overall thoughts about this episode?
yeah. I think I said last episode wasn't my favorite episode. I liked it a lot, but it wasn't my favorite episode. I think this episode was better. I think we got uh, a more forwarding of the plot. Which, and again, not that we didn't get that in the last episode, because I do think we got that. But I like the way this episode fell more. I think just the way things kind of fell in place. And then once we get to that ending of what happens, with everything in the prison and what we now know. So yeah, man, I think this this is setting up to be a crazy 3 episode ending, man. It's awesome.
I mean, and I think we know why they got Annie Serkis. It
Yeah,
takes a talented actor to pull this off. And yeah, he's Gollum and he's Caesar, but at the same time, you forget what kind of, like, legit great actor this guy
yeah,
is.
yeah.
He's being himself.
Dude, I kind of want to see him pull off the Nutty Professor at this point. Something crazy like that. Not literally that, but just something crazy like that. Like,
I don't know if you ever saw it, but did you ever see that movie 15 going on 30?
I think I've seen it once. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't remember. So yeah,
And it's kind of like big, except
right,
in Jennifer Garner.
right, yeah.
He's in that.
Okay,
He's in that movie. In a comedic role, he plays the boss of her job. And he's
okay.
pretty funny in it.
I can see it. I can definitely see it. I want to see him in a movie where he gets to play multiple characters, as I think he could do it.
Well, we got that with Lord of the Rings.
Technically, yes, but
He
again,
was
like
Gollum and he was Smeagol.
well, sure, yeah. No,
And you're
I
getting
just mean I just want to see him, like, actually expand it, because this dude is good. He's really good. I think he's underrated as an actor too.
It's nice to see he's finally being appreciated in this Star Wars universe.
Sure. Like I said, I've never had an issue with Snoke as a character. I've always thought that Snoke he played Snoke right.
He
I just
didn't
think it
look
was
right,
written
but
wrong.
they didn't use him right.
Correct.
They didn't use that character right.
Right. But he was never bad as Snoke.
No.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm sorry, you don't really mean Palpatine because Raytheon is not Palpatine the whole
yeah,
time.
Right. No, exactly.
But
that's not his fault. That's nothing he did, though. That's the thing. That's what I mean by I just mean that nothing he did caused that character to be horrible in the end. He did his job, I thought. Yeah, because I love that scene in the first one when he's real big and he's the hologram and he leans down and he's like, "Bring her to me." It's good. It's scary. It's creepy.
It's good. It's scary.
Yeah.
It went nowhere. Nowhere.
Oh, it went nowhere. Oh, it went absolutely
It went nowhere.
But like I said, he did his job, so you can't. Yeah. So.
No, you can't be mad at him, but
no.
It's not like we're running back to watch those movies because of him.
Sure. No, not at all. No, definitely not that.
I don't want to go down that road. I know. It's so tempting.
I just have one question. Do you think they had a plan for him?
Fuck you.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyway. But yes, I am glad that Andy Serkis is getting his chance to actually show off his acting skills as an actor, and he's not covered up with makeup either. That's another good thing about it. It's just him, acting. So I do like that.
And that what's her name? The blonde-haired woman. I forget her name.
Deirdre. It's something like that. Dedra. Yeah.
She's quickly becoming a top 3 Star Wars villain.
She's a villain. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That interrogation scene in the beginning, man, is so good. She's really good.
She's great at playing somebody so despicable.
But she ramps it up even in that scene. Like she starts off kind of slow and like almost on her side, like, you know what I mean? And then just ramps it up to like 100 fascism. It's like, whoa.
What about that creepy doctor?
Oh, man, yeah, he's good too. I liked him. Yeah, he was really creepy.
He was very polite, but he would torture you like that.
Dude, just the way he was talking about how they narrowed it down to just the children screaming, and that's what you're going to hear when they're talking about them being killed on that planet. And oh man, that just hearing that story is torture enough, and then you have to actually listen to it afterwards. Oh, felt so bad for her in that moment, dude. I was just like, oh my goodness.
And
that's real torture.
What did you think of Biggs this episode?
I mean, I don't think she got much to do, obviously, because of what happens to her. But in those moments, I believe she's going through it in those moments for sure. So, I mean, yeah, I think she did a good job for what she had.
Do you think she makes it out of the season?
I think so, only because I believe I heard that she already has confirmed that.
Yeah, but how many times has actors lied about something?
That's true. That is fair. That's a fair point.
I'm sorry. Didn't Andrew Garfield say up until the day of No Way Home that he was not in that movie?
Absolutely. So here's a question then. What if she does come back, but they broke her like an inquisitor, and now she's working for the Empire?
I like that.
What if this breaks her to the point where she's working for them now?
I like that.
That's a possibility. So, I mean...
Oh, maybe they made her up so bad that she's like a vegetable. Like, right. She's there, but
she looks like she's out of it when they take that thing off her head, so...
I'm still
Is that like a bull gullet? Is that like the bull gullet, but just like a digital version, like a like a super? Is that what
Maybe.
that thing is? Bull.
I mean, you're not convinced that
I just
the
want Saul Guerrero to
Empire.
say bull gullet again now.
I'm just not convinced the Empire won't kill the mother, and I'm pretty sure the mother has to die for Cassian to join the rebellion.
I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I think she's definitely, either way, I think she's going to die in this season, unfortunately. I do think she is going to die in this season, which I do agree with you also that that's going to be what turns him eventually to the rebellion officially.
What would make him turn easy? What would make him turn faster?
Yeah.
The mother dying or Banks dying?
I think the mother only because I think the mother is so ingrained the rebellion in as part of who she is that just out of honor for her he would do it just immediately. He would just be like, all right, I have to do this now since she's gone to honor her.
Oh, him finding out that the sister is dead. Another possibility.
That's another. I think she's going to be part of the Empire somehow. I do. I just have a feeling she's going to be part of the Empire somehow. Or dead.
What if Banks isn't really her name? What if we find out Banks is really his sister?
That would be fine. The only problem I would have with that at this point is they've already pretty much established that they have had sex. So I would definitely not be. Luke and Leia.
We live in a forced House of Dragon universe.
Look, I don't have a problem. I'm just saying, maybe not go with that storyline, but it is possible.
Let's not forget. Let's not forget what movie did this first. Empire Strikes Back.
Absolutely, Empire Strikes Back.
The
kiss.
Luke and Leia. Okay.
The famous kiss. Yep.
You know, okay, all right. I know. I'm going back to this. I hate myself for what I'm about to say.
You can't help yourself, though.
George Lucas didn't have a fucking plan. But how the hell did he make those 3 movies work?
I mean, they shouldn't have worked, really, if you think about it, but he got lucky. I mean, that's more than anything, and not that he didn't tell a great story, but he got lucky, man, on a lot of things. The way he describes Anakin in the beginning and how that, becomes the lie, and the father. I mean, it's there's a lot of stuff that he got lucky on that actually kind of fit, so enough where people were like, eh. So
he got lucky and he was a creator. That's a difference.
Yeah.
He created the universe.
But he also wrote a great story, and he did not direct the second 2. He only directed Star Wars. He did not direct Empire and...
Well, they're all conflicting reports about Return of the Jedi.
Okay. And he might have been involved, but I still think...
But then again, J.J. and Ryan, I mean...
Yeah, but to me, that's 2 directors that just want to tell their own story in Star Wars world. That's not the same thing to me because, well, I guess it is. I guess it is. It is very similar. It is. No, it is. You're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
I don't mean to keep bringing it up.
No. It's a fair point.
The truth is, those movies make it so easy and fun.
Look, he got really lucky with the originals, okay? And then he wrote the prequels, which was not well accepted. And he directed all 3.
True.
And he got a lot of his own story that he set up in the original three wrong in the original or in the prequels. He got a lot of stuff wrong.
I think I've been talking to Joe about this on Messenger. He prefers the sequels, I prefer the prequels. The prequels, to me, tell a more conclusive and more
Mm-hmm.
straight line story, and
Yep.
it plays into the lore so much better than the sequels.
Yep.
Yes, the acting is wooden. Yes, there are technical issues with them.
Mm-hmm.
But the story is there and the lore is there.
Yep.
In the sequels, it's kind of like the reverse. The acting is there, and technically they were all made well. But the story wasn't there, and the tone wasn't there, and it wasn't a through line.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree completely. I think the other thing with this, one of the biggest things, and again, I'm just a, you know how I am about lore and stuff like that. So for me, the one main issue I've always had with the prequels, as far as the originals go, is the one line that Obi-Wan says in the beginning of A New Hope to Luke when he says to him, um, "Your Uncle Owen didn't want you to follow this crazy man." I don't remember exactly how he words it now, but he says he basically didn't want you to follow me on some crazy adventure like your father did. When did Uncle Owen ever in the prequels, first of all, talk to Obi-Wan? Second of all, ever mention Obi-Wan about anything like that?
Holy shit. Oh, wait, Obi-Wan not there in Attack of the Clones?
Not on Tatooine, no. Anakin went there by himself with Padme.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, Obi-Wan was on
Camino.
no, not Camino. Well, he was on Camino first,
Genosha.
then he went to Geonosha.
Oh, fuck.
That's where he got captured, and then that's when they go from Tatooine to
Camino.
Camino. So Anakin is the only one that ever meets Owen out of them two. You know what I mean. Obi-Wan does not
Well,
meet.
Obi-Wan met him at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Right, but my thing is, there was never a point where Owen was a part of the Clone Wars and had any influence on Obi-Wan as far as like with Anakin.
No, you're right, man.
He never went to Obi-Wan and was like, "Don't take Anakin on one of these crazy missions with you." Like that, he wasn't even related. He didn't even know Anakin other than he came there to get his mother and he killed a bunch of people and then left.
And by the time the Obi-Wan series happens, Anakin is Vader. Are you frozen? Hello? Um, yeah, this episode last night was really well, and I'm loving the show, guys. And are you back? Yeah, I'm loving the show, and it is good. I mean, I, I next week will be the breakout week, hopefully. Oh, and I just hope I think what am I going to say? The I think they're going to break out of the prison next week, but I couldn't see it going on. There is a reality where I see the show keeping them in prison until the finale. I don't think it will happen, but I can see it. Maybe next week they come up with a plan, try to figure it out. Yeah, remember, at this time, nobody knows Cassian and Cassian in the prison. Anything is a random fool. So, what if, oh, maybe this, maybe they bring him out next week, and as they are leaving, he realizes that he, what if as he was leaving, he will, they find out he's casting it, and then he leaves, and then the next two episodes, they find out, okay, we had Cassian in Uncle Crips, but we lost him, we have to try and find him, and yeah, so I don't know where this is going, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. So far, right now, my favorite Disney Plus Star Wars shows are going from favorite to least favorite. Obi-Wan, only because it hit me in all the right places. Then Mandalorian, excellent story and loving it. And then Andor. And then probably Book of Boba Fett. Looking forward to Ahsoka, but it just depends. And yeah, what are your favorite episodes? Uh, yeah, what are your favorite shows? Comment below. Hopefully, next year, I think we're going to get Mandalorian Season 3. We're going to get Ahsoka. We're going to get the Skeleton Crew. And I think we're going to get the Acolyte. We don't know that much about the Acolyte. Skeleton Crew is the one directed by, I want to say, Sean Levy. I mean, produced by Sean Levy. And so come we know, and are you back?
Yeah, sorry guys. Had a power outage for a second there, or flickered.
That's okay, I'm good.
Yeah. So where were we?
Yeah, I've been telling everyone about all those shows we're getting next week, next year. Mandalorian Season 3,
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka,
Mm-hmm.
the Skeleton Crew,
Yeah.
and apparently they just started filming The Acolyte.
Really? That
Yeah,
official? So they officially started
they're
filming.
filming, they're in production.
All right. Well, then I'm hoping this time next year, then, right? Or by the end of the year next year?
Yep,
When you think?
yep. Which show are you looking forward to the most next year?
Man, it's so tough for me, but I mean, personally, for me, it's going to be Ahsoka right now. I mean, Ahsoka is just the one that I want to see more than anything. Mandalorian's definitely up there, but now this is up there, Acolyte, because this is going to supposedly get into the Sith lore, and it's about how the Sith got infiltrated the political part. So yeah, I'm
So
definitely want to see this.
what kind of tone do you think we're going to get for it? Are we going to
Just
get
like
more like
Andor,
that? You think it's going to be like that?
I think it's going to be a political thriller, sort of like that, but with Sith. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. At least that's what I'm hoping it is.
So do you think we're going to get more lightsabers?
Probably. Just because
Yeah, I mean, we haven't
it's
gotten
before,
any.
yeah, it's supposed to be 100 years before Phantom Menace, so yeah,
Let me
there's
ask you
gonna
that.
be some kind of Jedi fights out there.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
3 episodes left.
Yeah.
One more in the prison, hopefully.
Right.
And then we have 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
Chances we can get Palpatine?
Oh, I hate you for this question. I hate you for this question. Because you know I still want that Senate scene of him just, and I will not stand for this.
I'll be honest with you. When she was giving her speech in the Senate this week, I thought
Dude,
he
I
was
thought
going
he
to
was
pop
going to be
up.
there.
I thought he was going to pop up. I thought he was going to say something.
Oh, I thought he was going to be there. I really did. I wanted him there so bad, I'll be honest.
He would be the only character that would fit natural into this season, I would think.
Yeah, because he's not going to pull out his lightsaber and just start flipping around or do anything crazy. He's going to have a speech and that's it. So it's not going to be anything. It wouldn't be anything out of what we've already got. So, yeah. And again, because they keep showing the Senate, I think that's another tip off that maybe not this season though. Probably more than likely next season. Once the rebellion is bigger.
How about Marijuana? Over under 40% we get him before that season ends.
40%? Before this season ends?
Yeah.
I'll say under.
Okay.
Just because I think he's such a big. They might save him though as the cliffhanger. So that's a possibility. But
do you think we could get like how we got Qui-Gon at the end of Obi-Wan? Something like that with Bail Organa.
Yep.
Okay.
Again, I still think him and Mon Mothma are familiar with each other, but they might not know each other. I still think that might be the way in for them too.
How about this as a scene? Okay. Yeah, Mon Mothma is at Rebel Base. Somebody says, Mon Mothma, there's somebody I want to introduce to you. Tap some person on their shoulder. It's Bail Organa. That's how the season ends.
Oh, I think that would make a lot of sense for sure. Yeah. No, again, and they could hit us with a couple cliffhangers. That's the other thing we don't know about this show is it might not just be one. It could be 2 or 3 cliffhangers that we get at the end of this show for the next season.
Can we get her or anybody from the Rebels?
I don't see why we can't. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go that way, but I don't see why we can't because this is going to be right around Rebels time. Period.
The only reason I need to know because Dan Gilroy, I think it's Dan, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
They're not doing fan service, and I think having them in here can be considered fan service.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. Yeah. Again, though, this is one of those things. Like, I don't know how you don't show Princess Leia at all in this show.
Well, I understand now because right now she would be 13 or 14. Well, she's just an ordinary teenager right now.
Maybe.
What?
Not. She just if she's 13 or 14, she just had a pretty crazy adventure, not just 2-3 years ago. With a Jedi.
I'm not saying no. I may not this season, but maybe next season. And maybe
that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, next season. This will all be for next season.
Okay.
So what if there's a scene in the next season where we have one of these parties again at Mon Mothma's house and Bail Organa's there and he brings Leia?
I can see that. Over under 25%. That scene happens. We see Leia.
Next
Millie
season?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Unfortunately, that I'll say under 25%. I'll
Really?
say if it's not her, I'd say over. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it, man. I'd love to see it. I don't think they'll do it.
I'm not thinking
I
because
think she's too old now too to play that young of a Leia. I'd like to see her now as Leia, and pretty much around the time of
well, how old
Empire.
is she? 18?
Millie Bobby Brown, yeah, she's probably
Yeah.
18 or 19, yeah, something like that.
I think she had a few more years where she could pass off as a 17 or 16-year-old Leia.
Sure. Yeah, the only issue with it is the closer you get to Leia, we know it's how much are people going to accept that she doesn't look like her at that
Right.
age.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, if she was playing her, like, let's say in between 6 and 7, maybe that would be different. If she was older, and she could play those years in between.
Yeah.
Maybe if something like that. But I just think because she would be right around the age that we know Leia at, it's going to be harder. It might be harder for people to accept her. But I would love to see it. So I would still love to see it. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, under 25%. But I wanted over 25%, but I think it's under 25%.
Well, like, let's say they come back for season 2 of Obi-Wan. How old are they going to be in that? They could go forward a few years, so they might be 15. Then we could get her as Millie Bobby Brown as Leia.
I don't think we're getting Leia back for an Obi-Wan season 2. I think if we get Obi-Wan season 2,
It's Luke.
Oh, look. I think Luke at Tatooine. I think Obi-Wan is on Tatooine if we get an Obi-Wan
The only
season.
problem, the only issue with that again I think I would have is how much influence and how much time do Obi-Wan and Luke spend together at that point? Because when we meet them in A New Hope, it really feels like Luke just knows of him. Maybe has met him a couple times, but hasn't spent like a significant amount of time with him.
No, you're right. You're right, man.
If they went on a Obi-Wan season 1 type adventure, I don't want that, because then I would be like, no, this isn't.
Oh no! Oh God!
That's what
I think nobody wants that because
right.
At that point, that
you completely mess up episode 4. Yeah, you completely tear that movie to shreds, which I would not like at all. So.
I would hate that because episode 4 is my favorite of the movies.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. It's got to be done right. It's got to be where he is sort of influencing, but from the sidelines.
I mean, I don't think we're going to get it.
And we get that famous, or not famous line, but that we get the line from Owen that he says, "Do you want to meet him?" But he's basically saying, "Do you want to meet him?" And that's it. Like, you're done after this, kind of.
Right.
He's almost saying that without saying it. So I don't feel like Obi-Wan can just walk up to Luke in the middle of the town and just be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Like, he can't just do that. Owen's going to be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Unless he's protecting him from afar. But
yeah, he's going to have to use somebody to be like the in-between person, basically. For
maybe use what's his name? Camille. Maybe Camille is a proxy. That could. Again, I don't think it's going to happen.
Right, and we don't. Yeah, so I think if they do a season 2, I think it might be smarter to just stay away from Luke. Maybe have him show up a couple times where maybe again they have a small, quick conversation, but. I think focus more on the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan story if you're going to do that.
We say all this, but keep in mind, I know I have. You've seen the movie edit of the Obi-Wan stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
1 2 hour edit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think Disney is going to make an Obi-Wan season 2 because everybody loved the 2-hour credit in it, and I don't think they want that to happen again.
Yeah, but that's almost unfair only because when they announced the series over the movie, people were way more excited about it being a series and
True,
not a
true.
movie. So,
How about this? I didn't thought of this. You know how the MCU is doing these 1-hour specials?
mhm.
We had an 1-hour Werewolf by Night. We
Yeah,
are getting the Guardians thing.
yeah.
We might be getting I forget something else, but what if it's a 1 hour, 1.5 hour special
Mhm.
of Obi-Wan going on one quick mission while morning training with Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yeah,
What would you think about that?
that makes sense to me. I would have fun. I would be fine with that. Yeah, because I mean, we didn't get enough with Qui Gon. I don't think so. I would
But
love to
I
see
think
that.
I just want to remind everybody again, I didn't call out that ending to NT the week before it aired.
That
I'm
is
I'm
true.
not I'm
You
not going
did.
to let that down. I didn't call that out. I'm thinking I'm going to die on
Hey,
that
take your
hill.
wins, man. Take your wins. Take your wins.
I
Don't
have
even worry
told
about it.
you. I'm going to take the one thing you have.
That's right. Take them.
But
I agree with you.
um
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that
You
makes more
know,
sense because we have that again. I say famous line, but we have the line from episode 3 where Yoda says to Obi-Wan, I can teach you how to communicate with your old master. So now that they're communicating, yeah, I want to see what those conversations are about. Absolutely, I want to see what those conversations are
Obi-Wan,
about.
Obi-Wan.
You messed
What
up,
what
dude. How'd you mess this up?
what
Yeah.
what with me? Obi-Wan. You messed up here. I have a certain I have a certain set of skills I want to teach you.
Yes.
Follow me and I'll give them to you.
Exactly. No, I want it. Absolutely, I want it. Yeah, I just want to know what Qui Gon would say to him at this point. Like, I really just want to know what he would say to him at this point. Like, dude, he was the one. How'd you mess it up? Or whatever Qui Gon would say. I don't know what he would say. I
You
want to
know
know.
what's crazy? And I didn't thought about this. If we never got Liam Neeson in Phantom Menace, do you think we would have gotten him in Batman Begins?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, maybe. See, I don't think. Again, I love the character of Qui Gon, but I don't think Liam Neeson himself made that character for me, though. I love him as that character. Don't get me wrong. Like I love him as the
Dude,
character, but he's
when
not in the movie that much. He's really not in that
you
movie
can
that
blame
much.
that, you can blame all that on George. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
how do you, how do you make somebody like Samuel L. Jackson
Hmm.
boring? I don't
Yeah,
know. He managed to make Samuel L. Jackson boring. Yeah,
exactly.
he got better for them, but come
Yeah,
on, man, come
yeah.
on.
He just hates Anakin the whole time. I mean, that's really what his whole point in those movies are: is to hate Anakin.
Man, I want to hear your thoughts. We'll point out with this. Last week I watched Tell Someone Tonight. You was never going to watch it. You
Yes,
finished it, right?
I have. Yes, I have.
Let's get into this a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
What did you think about all 6 episodes?
Oh, overall, this was yeah. This is what I love about Star Wars, man. I think I'm with you. I wish it was live action though. I really do. I wish it was live action because this is we got a the only one that I really think was the weakest one, which I still actually think we got a lot out of it for the character was the I think it was the second episode with young Qui-Gon and Dooku
Okay.
going to that planet
Yeah.
to help the people, and the kid was kidnapped. And I didn't like that episode as much, but for Dooku, that was a big episode because we
See,
got this. Go ahead.
for me, the one it's so good, my weakest one was the first one.
Oh, see, I love that one. That's probably one of my
But
favorite.
you're a Ahsoka
Yeah,
fan.
I'm a
Yeah.
huge Ahsoka fan. Absolutely. I love that episode because, and again, it's obviously written this way, but we get the first because she talks to animals, or she can communicate with
Right.
animals through the Force. So I just love that that's her first action as a Force user.
Okay, let me ask you this now. They might have been smart on that part.
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka the show is coming out next year.
Yep.
This series, if you only watch that series, do you think this is enough for that?
I don't think it's a setup for that so much. I mean, I think it just gives people more of who she is as a character.
Right.
One of probably my favorite episode is actually the training episode with her, where she's training with all the clone troopers, and
Right.
we get that line at the end right before they go in episode or season 7 of Clone Wars, right before they go in and take on the whole hangar of clones. He says to her, "I hope your training's paid off." All that training paid off.
Right.
And it just gives that scene such a deeper meaning now, because before you're just thinking just training and jet, like, because she was training with Anakin the whole time as his Padawan, through the Clone Wars, and they had a lot to do with her training too. They had a lot. Rex and Cody and all those guys had a lot to do with her training. So, it's just cool to see things like that get tied back in.
My favorite episode is when you're, yeah, no.
Love that. Yeah, that's a good episode, man. And I thought she was done when he drops the thing on her.
Ooh.
And then she just, oh man, and then that yeah, it was heartbreaking to find out that he was, because sorry, just one second. We do in, I don't know if it's in one of the comics. It's in something, where Yaddle actually died on a mission saving Anakin.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if that's actually canon or not. That's the only thing. I don't know if that's canon.
Where's canon anymore? Because
right.
According
Obviously.
to them,
Yeah, obviously.
According to them, their words, TV and movies beats comic books and books.
Right. And again, this might have been even at like before Disney bought. It could have came. I don't remember when it came out. So, but I do remember there was a story where Yaddle died saving Anakin because she believed him to be the one, and so she saved him and sacrificed herself for him, basically. So,
what I also like about this episode, we got a little preview of what we would get in Attack of the Clones of Dooku and Yoda.
Yes, and I love the little references to the movies, like how they talk about how Qui-Gon just came back from a mission from Tatooine and faced a Sith Lord, and I love it all, man. I love it all.
How about how we finally see how that record of a planet got erased? I love that.
Yes. And I tell you what, one of my favorite scenes in this whole thing was the one. It's a short scene, but that one with Mace and Dooku, where he's like, oh, so now you're part of the council and you weren't going to tell me? And he's like, dude, I just found out myself. But if you want to talk shit, like, let's talk. Like, you just messed up and got a senator killed, dude, and you're worried about me getting moved up over you? Like, yeah, of course I did.
Can I just say, whoever did the animation for young Qui-Gon did an incredible job, because to me, he looked like a young Liam Neeson, didn't he?
Yes, he did. No, he did. He absolutely did. Yes. Very much so. I'll tell you another cool little thing is, do you know who voices Yaddle?
Yes, right now it's Howard.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I like that.
How do you feel about her not speaking Yoda?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it until I know what the reason is.
Okay.
I want to know why Yoda talks the way he does now, then, even more than I ever did before. Like, before, it was always, like, all right, he talks funny, but okay. It's a character in Star Wars, so I didn't really care as much. But now that they give us this context, it's all, I don't know what to think yet. Because now I want to know why Yoda talks the way he does.
Do you think we will ever find out, or do you think it's a story for another time?
I don't know. But I just don't see why you do it this way. Like, why you introduce her talking regular basic without addressing it at all.
Why does Maz Kanata have Luke's lightsaber?
Because the Force. Bam. Didn't think that was coming.
Fuck off.
The Force.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Again, it's not that I really feel one way or the other yet. I honestly don't know how to feel about it, because are they saying something with this? Like, is this going to be a thing, or is this just supposed to be, maybe she. The only thing I can think of, which is plausible, is that Yoda does talk the way his species talks. And the reason she doesn't is because she was found at a younger age. So she came up in the Jedi Order, literally, where Yoda may have been found later, and he had time to sort of.
That's rich, man.
Of course. No, look, I'm not saying I'm just saying that's what I can see as maybe a reason. But I don't see the reasoning to even address it at this point.
Okay, I have an idea.
What do you think? What do you think?
Acolyte is coming next year.
Yeah.
You're going to see a teenage Yoda, right?
Nah, he's not a teenager. He's like 700 instead of 800 or 900. Yeah, it's only like 100 years before Phantom Menace.
Okay, fine.
So
maybe not in the Acolyte, but maybe when he was a teenager. Maybe he went through high school. Maybe he looked like a piano.
Yeah.
But he was playing football one day. He was captain of the football team. He got tackled. And from then on, he looked like Yoda.
So it's CTE. That's what you're saying. It's CTE. Too many hits to the head. Look, I don't know, man. I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, so if that's what they're saying it is, then so Yoda has some type of speech impediment or something like that, whatever it is. Why? Why? Do you know what I mean? Like, why?
I get it,
it's
man.
It's just weird to introduce it this way if that's what it's going to be.
It is weird.
You know what I mean? Because it's so great that he talks the way he does. He's the only one that does it. It's only specific to him. We've never heard Yaddle talk until now. So it was, you know what I mean? It was specific to him.
Well,
it was cool. Now it's got to be a thing. And it's like, why? Why does it have to be a thing?
Let me ask you this. Did they make her talk like that because it was Bryce Dallas Howard?
Maybe. But then again, I think she could have pulled it. If you wrote the dialogue for her, I think she
I'm not saying she acted for it. I'm just saying they knew it because it was her.
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't like thinking about Yoda, especially knowing who he is and just how he's very super intelligent. Like, he's been around for 800 years. He knows his stuff.
Here's the thing. They have a Jedi. That is 99% Filoni, right?
Yeah. It's got
You know this stuff. This ain't Kathleen Kennedy. This is Filoni.
Sure.
I don't think he cares. To be honest with you, I don't think he cares about any character he didn't hands-on create.
It's Yoda though, man. Yoda is. Are you just talking about Yaddle?
I'm not talking about Yaddle.
You just said screw it. Yeah. I mean, that's a possibility too. That's definitely.
I'm not talking about Yoda. I'm talking about Yaddle.
Yeah. Okay. No, it makes sense.
Again, I'm just guessing. I have nothing to back this up. Nobody told me or anything. I'm just.
Sure.
I don't think we can blame. You can't blame this on Kathleen Kennedy. They ain't really
No, I'm
promoting
not
it.
blaming it. No, it's not her.
There's no one time. There's no one time I would defend her. You can't blame this speech thing on her.
No. I hope it's nothing. I hope it's just like you said. Maybe that he just said I just don't care enough to do the voice with her, so I'm not going to do it.
I think it's nothing. I really
I
do
hope
think
that's
it's
what it
nothing.
is because at least that I can accept. Because, like I said, if they make this to be out where either way, either one of them has a speech impediment or one of them has some type of disorder, I don't see the point of it. To me, it doesn't make sense in this world to make that point.
This is my feeling. Honestly, I don't think we get another one of these creatures. I think we get Yoda, yeah. I say that, but then
We
I
got
just
Grogu.
remember we have Grogu.
We have Grogu too, man. And how's he going to talk? Is he going to be like the Mandalorian? He's going to talk like the Mandalorian.
Oh, fuck.
He's going to have a little helmet.
Yeah.
He's going to have a little helmet.
My,
talk like
my
the
point
Mandalorian.
is, okay, we have three of these creatures now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get another one. And I know, you know what? Honestly, I don't think we'll ever hear I don't think we'll ever hear Grogu talk. I don't think we will ever.
Probably not. Yeah, because he's still a long way from talking. Yeah.
And everybody loves him as a baby.
Yeah.
And that's not true.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him as a baby. You're not going to hear him talk. We're not going to be introduced to a fourth
Oh,
one.
but come on. Tell me you don't want to see teenage Grogu.
No, I don't.
Oh, I do. I want to see rebellious teenage Grogu against Mandalorian.
And I don't want to hear him talk.
No, I
You
know.
really
I know.
wanna hear
I'm
him?
with you. I'm just saying. You don't want to see him like lift up the Mandalorian with the Force and be like, "No, Dad, I'm not doing that today. I'm not washing the dishes tonight." I want to see it. Sorry, that's just a guilty pleasure, though. That's not even something. No, Dad, I'm not taking the trash out, and you can go 7 streets that way.
That would be funny. That would be funny. It would
That's
make
all I
no
need.
sense. It would make no sense, but it would be funny.
It's just him like turning the TV off from upstairs while he's watching TV downstairs. Turning the TV off.
Grogu, I
Oh,
was
the
watching that.
sitcom. Yes.
Grogu, I was watching that. I'm going to hell.
Mandalorian goes to 5 seasons, and then 20 years later, they bring back Pedro Pascal, and they do the sitcom of Mandalorian. They do the sitcom with Grogu as a teenager. Like, Dad, I'm 150 years older than you. No, I'm not going to school today.
You're going to school. Well, I'm making you go to school.
I want to say it.
Dad, I have force powers. I'm more powerful than you.
No, you
I
can't go to the
mean-
prom for the 83rd time in a row, Grogu. No, you cannot go to the prom.
I was going to say something, but it would have been bad, so
You are
let's
much
move
older than them
on.
kids.
Let's move on.
Oh, man. No,
Anyway,
but
Matt, this was fun. We need to wrap up.
Yes.
Here, everyone really can find you, and
Let's see
Yeah.
if I can do it. All right, guys. So, yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Jedi Master Tuck. You guys can find me here every Monday on Fellowship of Geekdom, every Tuesday on Geekdom Initiative, every Wednesday here on Jedi Academy, every Sunday on Geekdom Uncut. Always look for me in the Facebook group. And, guys, please like and subscribe. And just on one sort of serious note, guys, I just want to say it's very important. So everybody get out there and vote. So that's all I wanted to say, guys.
And you guys can find me at my Twitter, RadioBit5. You can find me right here on the channel every Monday on the same show as Don said, Fellowship, Geekdom Initiative, Tonight Academy. Every Tuesday on What Are You Watching? I have a very fun episode tomorrow with the competitor formerly known as Rick Ranger is coming on, and we kick them on Friday and kick them on Sunday. You guys can also find me on the Northern Entertainment Group every Tuesday on Rewind the Tape and every Saturday on the Northern Countdown. Guys, we did it. We're at 101 subscribers.
Thank you,
Please
guys.
like and subscribe. November 12th, we're having a live stream celebration.
Yes.
Come celebrate with us. It's going to be a fun time. Guys, thank you so much. Let's continue to make this grow. We'll be back next week, and until then, may the force be with you always.
May the force be with you guys always. Absolutely.